Hello, really quick before the new episode goes live, I do want to say hello. I survived E3. It was a blast. I got to see a lot of great things, including some footage for Halo Infinite. Now, this is roughly where the time where I thought I would actually have the release date for Halo Infinite, so that way I could plan out the rest of the seasons for Halo Forever. But as of right now, we still don't have a date. It is to basically set to holiday. So whatever that means, that doesn't really change anything for the show. I'm going to continue it as long as I can. I'm going to see if I go right into season 2, and we'll see where the future holds. We'll see who decide when I release this, but I want to say thank you, everyone. This show has been such a pleasure. All of the guests are been fantastic, and there's still so much more to come, and I'm so excited for you to see that. And I just basically wanted to put a shout out that Halo Infinite looked amazing. I'm so excited. The multiplayer looks phenomenal. I cannot wait. I really hope they release that before. If they're still working on the campaign, at the very least, I could play some Halo Infinite and wait until the story eventually drops. But yeah, other than I'm being a little confused by the story things that they revealed, I'm still super excited, and my love for this project has just grown even exponentially. So very excited. Wanted to give you a quick update. Otherwise, enjoy the show. Also shot in episodes ahead of this, so the hair color of me is inconsistent, which is awesome. All right,
the best part for anybody who's watching it in order.
That's right. Speaking of people watching in order, hello, hi, welcome to yet another episode of Halo Forever, where today I'm joined by the illustrious comic book boy himself, Logan Moore. How you doing, Logan?
Hi. I don't think I've recorded with you since I've become illustrious comic book boy in any capacity.
No,
so that's a new title.
Yeah, that is a new title. I don't think we actually, we haven't been in anything since at least Game of the Year stuff, which I'm trying to remember where you were a part of still too, right?
I was part of that. Yeah, I was illustrious comic book boy at that point. But yeah, that was the last thing we did together, I think.
So. Wonderful. Well, today we, of course, been brought back to here so we could play some Halo. Halo Infinite news imminent, hopefully soon. So
it's coming. By the time, I don't know when you're going to post this. You probably don't know off the top of your head.
No, hopefully, what I'll probably do is I'll have like an addendum. I'll add it's like, hey, I just found out this. Time's a ticking.
Link to the right here. You can watch it here.
That's right, exactly. So yeah. we shall see what ends up happening there. But today, of course, we're playing level 343, Guilty Spark. That name sounds familiar. So definitely see what this is all about. We have last picked up, obviously, we were being, I think, assault on the control room, but then we were being pulled away to go hang out with, figure out what's going on with Sergeant and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some crazy stuff's happening in the Halo world. Doesn't matter. I'm here to talk to my friend here, so we'll see. We're playing it normal. Like I said, we're not tryhards. We're just trying to play the game. I will give you a choice, though. Would you like to pick a skull? I will say I have put a temporary ban on the birthday skull.
Yeah, birthday skull, no thanks. I'm fine with no skulls then. We don't need to try harder.
All right, let's not do it. Let's go. Let's continue. Let's launch the game. All right. So Logan, how you been, man? How you been? What are you doing?
I've been okay.
Yeah?
I'm patiently awaiting that there Halo Infinite because you joined in at the last second, but myself and Michael Ruiz, who you've already had on the show, and Max Roberts there a little bit. We did like our Halo playthrough last year in 2020, and to gear up for Infinite, and lo and behold, there's no Infinite in my hands right now. So yeah, I'm still really looking forward to that game and hoping it comes soon. What? Connection interrupted.
Oh, no.
That was interesting.
20 minutes later.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
we did it. Okay. All right, for ladies and gentlemen, because we're excited, we got this load. It took us many tries, but we're here now. We're finally here.
My NAT type is now officially confirmed to be open, I have discovered.
Oh, my God. Just like them DMs, all right? So feel free. Leave Looking More sweet DMs at, was it Moreman12? Is that correct?
My DMs are open.
There you go. Okay, so we were playing Halo. We're playing on PC. He's playing with controller and keyboard. And
We got some screen tearing going on.
oh no.
Man, why do people like PC gaming? Now we got screen tearing happening. We've got NAT types needing to be open.
I gotta have that,
come on now.
Gotta have that vertical sync on, whatever the hell that is.
Yeah, I know.
All right, cool. I think I don't need any of that. That's just there. Okay. All right, cool. All right.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Let's go find. It's weird to drop her like right smack dab into the middle of this campaign.
Yes. Yeah. And as you know, as people will see, I will be teleporting all over the place. As you'll see, my hair change from different shades as the show goes along. Let's see. I think we have a good balance of audio and sound, so should be good for the audience.
I'm almost glad we're playing on easy.
Yes. So
this is kind of fun.
So the fact that we had to make sure things will work, we are playing on easy this time. So again, we're not trying hard. We're just trying to play. Okay.
That's all you can ask for sometimes. Does this game have the VSync? Boom, VSync.
VSync. Hopefully that gives your experience much better. They got it.
I think so.
I like the character model.
Again, like I don't understand. Okay, more complaints about this is just going to turn into the Logan complaint about Master Chief Collection episode.
That is totally
fine.
Because
because I keep my settings are bizarre too. Because
how does this work? How do we get out of here? We just jump
I was
around.
gonna say, I don't know if we were even supposed to go this way. Are we?
I don't know. I'm going this way. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Yeah. We can go this way. Wow, this level looks totally. Oh, that's what the level's supposed to look like. That makes sense.
All dark and gray with the old timey look.
That's right.
They threw a lot of lights in for us here. The lights were already there, but they're not really doing anything in the original game.
I would have never have known to go down this branch. All right, here we go. Eek! I'm fighting the geometry.
Okay, so the weird thing I was complaining about with the settings to you is like, and this is just gonna make me seem stupid, I'm sure. There's got to be something I'm missing. But when you go into the settings and change something with it, there's like no option to confirm it from what I'm seeing. And then you try to back out, and it's like, well, wait, you're backing out before you confirmed your settings. I'm like, well, what? I don't see a confirm settings button there. Good master menu.
I noticed in a lot of games they've already just sort of like when you back out of home, it just saves it. Like
yeah, that needs to kind of be the default. I don't know why we're asking people to, go into menus and, hey, I'm making all these very specific changes here. And then back out and they might not save. Like, come on.
Nah, that's ridiculous.
All right, let's go down into the... Yeah, this is the scary part of the game, isn't it?
This is the spooky part. That's right. We've made it to the spooky zone, where we will both be dealing with elites, grunts, but also something much sinister. Let's see. Get here. So Logan, the number one question that I ask everyone at the very beginning: what is the story behind your gamer tag? It could be the one now, or it could be the one that you had earlier when you were a younger kid. You can tell both
wow.
stories.
So my gamer tag is like Paco Mano Maso or something like that's what it is. I don't even remember. I just remember it was like me and one of my friends were in like band class, I think, in like middle school. We were trying to hypothesize a bunch of like cool gamer tag names, and we just had like a really long running list of them. I don't know.
It's over here.
I see it now, but
Yeah.
anyway, we had like a long running list, and somehow like Paco Mano Maso was like I think it was like we saw it like on one of our band charts. Like it wasn't exactly spelled like that. It was like I don't know. If you're trying to read music, I can't read music. I was in 7th grade band, and that was it. Anyway, we had a piece of sheet music in front of us where something on the sheet music said like Poco Meno Maso or something like that. And we're like, what the heck does that mean? And I was like, I don't know, but that would be a good gamer tag. And we like wrote it down on the gamer tag list. And now
there you go.
15 years later, and for some reason, I'm still Paco Mano Maso on the Xbox.
That's
so
incredible.
sure.
That's hilarious when things just stick like that. Like I had a similar story, like my gamer tag came from a napkin on the floor, so it's the same thing where Duncan D existed for way too long because of that.
You're young, you're impressionable, ideas come into your head.
That's right.
They're not good ideas, and you go with it sometimes.
Yeah, you just go with it. Oh
Yeah,
man.
it's weird because I probably should change my gamer tag, but like I don't want to say like
Here.
I'm known for being. Oh man, we got the blood in here. It's really funny
Ooh.
staring at this man and turning the old looking graphics on right here.
This is not scary at all, but you turn this one on, I was like, oh god, that's a bloodbath.
This man got messed up. Let's follow the blood. Let's do the thing we shouldn't and follow the blood.
Let's see here. Alright. Oh god. Teleported.
Yeah, I should probably change my gamer tag, but it's just one of those things that I haven't done, and I probably will because it won't because I've never done it up to this point. So, no need to. I would grab a needler here, but I feel like I know what's coming up. And I feel like needlers aren't good against those folks.
No. Oh god. Oh yeah, this guy's like AWOL.
Can you shoot this guy?
Yeah, you absolutely can. And he's dead. You just murdered a man.
Hold on.
Yes. A Halo tradition.
You gotta give him the Halo goodbye.
That's right, the Halo goodbye. Oh man. Speaking of Halo goodbye, what was your it's weird pun? What was your Halo hello? What got you in the Halo?
My Halo goodbye and my Halo hello.
That's right.
Halo's like one of those things I always played at friends' houses, rather than like me actually getting into it for a really long time. The first time I can remember playing it was I used to have like I used to go to like a small group with like my parents for church when I was like a little kid, and whenever my parents would go to it, there was like we would go over to these one people's house. We would go upstairs, me and my brother, and we would go play Smash with one of the kids that, one of the other people's kids, the people who were hosting, basically. They had a kid as well. So he had Smash, and we'd go upstairs into his room, and we'd play Smash the whole time, while our parents would be downstairs doing whatever. But whenever the group would end, they'd be like, all right, you guys can come downstairs now or whatever. And whenever we would go downstairs, like in the afterward, like, milling around. I don't know if we want to watch this cutscene or whatever. But anyway,
talk over it. That's fine.
In the afternoon, like, or in the after portion, once everybody finished their Bible study or whatever, the kids could come downstairs, and the kid that lived there was a little older than me, and he was like, "Oh, you need to play this game with me now too." And it was Halo, and I was like, "What the heck is this?" He's like, "Oh, it's an Xbox and it's a Halo," and his dad was like really into it too. He's like, "Yeah, this is Halo. This just came out. This is like this new huge revolutionary thing." And I remember, like, I don't know if I played it, but I just remember, like, that was where I became aware of it. Because every time we would go over there, every week we would just play Halo. Or other people would play Halo and I would watch it. And then, like, cut to a couple years later, Halo 2 was out, and one of my friends had it, and I would go over to his house a lot and play it. And it just got to a point where it was like, this game is really good. Why don't I just, go to a store and buy this video game for myself? That seems like a good idea at this point. And so I did that, and then Halo 2 never stopped being played in my house after that point. So.
No, sure. We all have that game, right, where we get discovered from someone else, and then we're like, why don't I own that? That to me, that game was Grand Theft Auto. I would always go to my friend's house just so we fuck around in Grand Theft Auto, not really like, oh, maybe I should just buy that. But to be fair, though, at the time, I was like 13, so it's not like I should.
That was one for me as well, where it was like anytime I knew somebody who had Grand Theft Auto, I was like, well, I got to go to their house and play Grand Theft Auto because I can't get that game. My parents are like gonna let me. So I would go over there and stay up really late playing it because it was like something I was never exposed to or never got to do on my own. There's some other games like that too, I'm sure that exist. I remember the most prominent game of like me seeing it at somebody else's house and being like, I want that, was Ocarina of Time. I used to go over to, I don't remember like any specifics of this. I just remember I used to go to a babysitter sometime, and she had like an older son who was in high school, I think at the time, or I think he was probably in high school. And so I would go over there, and she would send her kids to school earlier in the morning because school started earlier in the morning for the grade school kids, and the high school started like hour or two later. So anyway, one time I was over there babysitting, and the kid who was in high school came downstairs, and they had a Nintendo 64 plugged into their TV screen. I never really saw this kid because I assume he must have just like slept in and got up late, or didn't get up late, but he got up closer to like when it was time to go to school. And one day he came downstairs. He's like, I got to play Nintendo before I go to school today. I'm like, why? He's like, I just got this new game. And like Ocarina of Time, I guess, had just come out. So this would have been 98. And and I literally watched him play like the opening of the game. And I was like, I don't know what this is, but I want this. And so like next time I went to a store, I think I went to like my grandparents' house a couple weeks later. And they're like, oh, we'll buy you a game. What game on the shelf do you want? And I'm like, that one. They're like, do you even know what that is? I'm like, yes, because I saw another man play this game. Give me that one. And now that game is my favorite game ever. So
no, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's how word of mouth happened back in the day. It was going to other people's houses and finding things.
Like, I miss that. And I've been like, a total tangent here, I guess. But like, I've been totally like missing that stuff in just all forms of media lately. Like, I did an interview to plug my own work. I did an interview with Kevin Pereira earlier this year where we kind of talked about this on a little bit. How like he asked me how I got into G4 back in the day, and I was like, I don't know. I just had Dish Network and I found the channel one time and I just watched the programming and I liked it. And he's like, man, isn't that like a weird thing that like that just used to be how you would find things that you liked? And it totally is. Like everything I consume now, I feel like is like spoon fed to me or
curated.
Oh my God. Right. I'm in an industry, obviously, you know, where I'm totally aware of every game that is coming out or every TV. Like there is no just like happening upon something random and being like, wow, I found this thing and nobody else is aware of it. And like, this is really cool. Like, I don't feel the need to evangelize about things, I guess, like I once did because, you know, everybody knows certain things or known quantities now or exist. So
how does that feel about, I know that for years before the popularity now of Invincible, I know that you were a huge fan. I was a huge fan for a huge part of it, but I know that you're a much bigger fan than me. What was that like? To being like, I was from there from almost day one.
I was not there from day one. Luckily, Greg Miller evangelized, and I listened to him. I think he was one of the people. I mean, I was reading Walking Dead already, so I was aware of like, oh, Kirkman's got this other thing. I just haven't read it. So, yeah, that's been really cool. Like, I mean, that's the first time I really, I guess, with the show this year that I have had that sort of feeling where, oh, here's this thing I really love and I'm really attached to that like no one else knows about, and now a lot of people know about it. And Omni-Man pointing at his head is a meme, and like it's really bizarre that this thing I have loved for probably close to 5 to 10 years of my life now, or like here's these boys.
The spookies.
Here are these little boys. Come here, boys.
Little popcorn shrimps.
These dudes look really funny in the old style graphics.
Let's take a look at them. Oh God, yeah.
They look like little pimples. But yeah, Invincible's a good example of that, where it was something that I felt like I was. I don't know. There's just something cool to feel like you're sitting on this secret that nobody else has, and you like try to tell them about it, and they're like, nah, I think I'm good. And it's like, no, you really don't understand. Like, read Invincible or do this, and like these things never catch on, and then when they finally do, it is very satisfying. Or even just finding somebody else who does like those certain things, like I'm talking about like G4 again, like I feel like I was like one of the only people I knew who watched that channel back in the day, and I feel like G4 is responsible for partially why I like so many games that I do.
Yeah, I mean it's why I watch reviews today is with XPlayer. It's why I would watch any variety show whatsoever on the web, right?
Yeah.
Like that's my early introduction. I guess like our version of that is like the Today Show or anything in the morning. It's literally the same thing, but just a totally different perspective of like genre of like it's the same thing, but it's appealing to us because it knows that we're interested into the nerdy things like anime, comics, comic books, video game stuff. So
anytime like back in the day that I would find somebody who liked those things, it was like I don't know, like. I didn't know anybody that I went to high school with who liked games or whatever as much as I did. Not to say that I like obviously everybody I went to school with played video games and liked them and stuff like that. But I felt like G4 got me into like really liking them on like that the weird nerdy industry side that we like to dissect things. Like, oh, PlayStation said this and did this, and what do you think about their upcoming first party lineup? And just those weird sort of super nerd conversations that people like to have about games.
Yeah.
So like finding communities, I guess, has really satisfying has been really satisfying over the years as well. And I think that's why I mean, I met you through Kind of Funny.
Yeah.
So like, or was it?
Oh,
was
shit.
it? Yeah, it was Kind of Funny. I didn't know if it was Beyond or Kind of Funny. Or
It would have been. It would have been kind of funny because, and this is a fresh story for people. I went to my first meet and greet for Kind of Funny in Chicago at that Portillo's meet and greet. I believe you were there too. Is that correct?
Yep. Me and Michael were.
That's right. And it was weird showing up to a gathering of just a bunch of strangers for 4 dudes. And it was an experience. And then we ended up doing things the next day. Like, we went to I think we went to, what is that burger place of heavy metal? Kuma's.
Did you go there? That's right. You just weren't sitting at our table.
No, I was at a totally different table, which is hilarious to think about now. And then, we went to Navy Pier and we played Pokemon Go for like a couple hours.
We did, because that
was exploded. Yeah. That was the summer of Pokemon Go.
I missed that summer. Honestly, like I think 2016 was like in the time, like everybody's like, this is the worst year ever, because I think that was the year like a bunch of celebrities died. It was also the year that Trump got elected, so like there was like some not great things that happened that year. But like in retrospect, recently I've been thinking about that year. I'm like, that was like a pretty good year actually. I think I enjoyed 2016.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. The fact that you put in perspective that was 2016. That was almost 6 years ago, 5 years ago.
5 years ago. I was actually talking about this with Max a second ago. Like another weird thing about that year, that was the year I started doing all the like writing about video games things. Gotcha. So like that year is also like, so I've been doing this for 5 years now, which is strange.
That's a lot. I mean, that's half a decade worth of work right there. I mean, you've written quite a bit on multiple sites. Obviously, I know you've before even DualShockers is when you what room is this? I've never.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, I don't remember this. Turn on the old graphics too. They look so funny.
What the hell?
Anytime I see something funky looking in this game, I gotta wonder what the heck it
this
was
like. In the game.
Oh, there's a man.
Oh god. Okay, so yeah, we're in the right direction. If we see enemies, we know we're in the right direction.
If you see a green door, you're doing something good. I think that's the Halo 1 rule, at least.
Yeah. Except don't follow the arrows. That could fuck you up sometimes. Let's see. Okay. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right, man. That was 5 years ago, but we've
really changed.
Yeah, we've
so
all
I've known you for 5 years now, or almost. I think it was that summer
Dude, yeah, man. I mean, I went from. Hold on, I'm stuck in the zoom mode for some reason. There we go. I'm out. Okay. Oh shit! Did we make it out? I think we made it out.
I feel like that's way more of a labyrinth usually, but we kind of just flew through it.
Oh my god! Okay, yeah. Usually, wait a minute.
This is gonna turn into a world record episode as well.
It turns out we beat the level way faster than we normally should. Okay, here's
I feel like this level does go on for. I was gonna say, I feel like we continue going deeper into the.
That's what I thought.
A little bit here.
Okay, I was wondering if we were gonna go up or not. Okay. Ah, the music, so goddamn good.
Yes.
Let's see. Okay, yeah, I guess I guess we keep doing it this way. But yeah, I mean, a lot has changed, I would say, in this 5 years, man. I mean, you've gone on to different websites, in my opinion, climbing up and doing awesome for where you are right now. Being the fact that you interviewed not only Kevin Pereira, but didn't you interview Kirkman? Is that true?
Yeah, earlier this year, I briefly interviewed Kirkman. That's awesome. Another strange thing. So yeah, it's been like a progressively bizarre 5 years. There's a man with a shotgun somewhere. I hear the shotgun. Oh, I found him. Give me your gun, sir.
Well, I guess I could say like after the Portillo's thing, then we hooked up online with both me, you, your friend at the time, Max Roberts, And
no one likes that guy.
yeah, he ruins podcasts. And he doesn't wear shirts. There you go. I said it.
He doesn't wear a good shirt.
He doesn't wear a good shirt. But and Michael Ruiz, and we were all just like, hey, let's do podcasts together. And then we ended up doing at least a podcast for 32 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, I was actually listening back to our final episode of that the other. It's weird. I got really nostalgic and I listened back to those old episodes the other night. And I forgot. It made me feel bad, but I forgot, like, in the moment when we were like, oh, we're not doing this anymore. You were like the one vocal person who's like, hey guys, I don't want to stop doing this. Like, everybody else was like, oh, I gotta stop doing this because I just got married. And I was like, I gotta stop doing this because I'm burnt out and I'm depressed and like all these other things. And you're like, I don't want to stop doing this, but I guess we are. So
yes, that well, it still was a fun time that we had. There's some still funny ass episodes in that whole YouTube channel that you can still find. I believe it's still up there. So people, I will link one of
Model Citizens Media, folks.
Yes.
There are seriously, like, I was skimming through some of those episodes, other than just the last one, hearing our reasons for why we stopped.
Yes.
Like, if I dare say so, I think those podcasts were pretty fun. To be frank with you.
A couple of my favorites highlights, obviously, was when you did the mascot fight. That was hilarious.
The cereal mascot.
Mascot fight. That's a really good one. When we read your script from college, that was also
that's a terrible one. If I'm being totally honest.
So if you see that one, definitely. There's the one I think I tell the story about how I got a free hotel room, and I have the picture is just me in a bathrobe. I think is the cover art. That was
yeah. From David Chen.
Yes, David Chen. That's right. He gave me a free. It was like 5-day stay. I believe it was him and his fiance at the time, now wife, allowed me to do that. So thank you again.
Oh yeah, and then your picture something about. There's an episode in there, something about Dr. Manhattan having a dog fight ring. I remember that one. Just very straight, and like anybody who's watching this is gonna be like, how do you even get to these things? It's like I don't know.
No,
like that's the only podcast I've ever done where we just would be like, all right, are we going? Yep, hit the record button, and we're going. Like we legitimately never knew what we were talking about, and it just was always flying by the seat of our pants. And I think Max hated it because of that. He hated it, but he also loved it.
No, for sure. And to be fair to Max, he was the butt of many jokes that may or may not have gone far. But to be fair, he also canceled the show, so maybe warranted. Who knows? Oh, hey, okay, this is a new room. This makes sense. There we go.
Did you get a shotty for yourself?
I did not, but I saw you come in with a shotgun, and that was awesome.
I have like 60 bullets for this thing, so I'm just gonna start burning them.
Just aiming for that one little popcorn guy.
Yes.
Let's see. Where are we supposed to go? Oh, there you go.
This way? I think this way. Oh, I found a man. So.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, this level gets very confusing, doesn't it?
This one and the one that I just did with, past guest Ricky Freck, where the levels are literally the same. They're literally just times 3.
Yep, I remember that one.
Yeah.
So how have you been finding the replay of this? You think it still holds up, or do you think it's like
gameplay wise?
Bad now?
No, gameplay wise, this holds up, especially on keyboard and mouse, as now I'm becoming more and more used to that aspect of gaming. I've been playing a lot of Warzone and a bunch of Call of Duty, and I think that overall this game holds up. And I never like in this game specifically, I'm not clamoring for speed button, right? A lot of games have like sprint buttons. This game to me, it's like I don't need it in this specific one. When we move on later in the later Halos and where it just starts becoming like a natural feature, yeah, absolutely. By the way, the music's kicking in, and we're making progress. It has to mean progress.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's different about this room compared to the last 5 we've seen for them to kick in the dope music?
Yeah. Let's see. Shout out to Marty McDowell as well. Let's see. Where's the room door?
Playing the sick music and don't know where to go. Oh, it's up here on this ledge. Whoa.
Didn't we come through there? Or no, we didn't. Right.
We did not come from here.
Okay.
Yeah, this game, I mean, the whole series I feel like holds up pretty well. Like when we did our replay last year, like definitely holds up pretty well, surprisingly.
Yeah, I'm excited for 2 because I don't think I've played 2 all the way through yet for remaster.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, and that's like the full-blown remake
Yeah.
one as well.
Exactly. So I'm very curious to see what that looks like. Halo 3 to me is still my favorite out of any of them, so I'm very excited to jump back into that one. But I have a feeling that's just gonna hold up like crazy. Okay, there's bad guys here.
Halo 3, I remember when we did our replay thinking it wasn't as good as I remember.
Let's see.
And it's because like that campaign is kind of segmented in a bizarre manner.
It is. It is.
Like some of those, like it's pitched as like, you know, finishing the fight or whatever, but the fight part is like a pretty short portion of it, I think, all things considered. And then it turns into find Cortana and do some other things, and there's some really good levels in that game. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Oh
God.
Oh jeez.
That got scary a little bit.
As I say, if we die on easy, we just need to uninstall.
Show ends right now. Cut straight to credits. There we go.
Let's see. Oh, I found our next place.
Yay.
Do we go deeper underground, as Jamiroquai would say?
Let's see.
No one's gonna understand that reference. Oh, we're going to higher ground.
There we go.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers would say.
Speaking of Jamiroquai and Red Hot Chili Peppers, one of my favorite side projects. Oh, here. Yeah, we're right by the end. One of my favorite projects that you guys also did was Reeling in the Years, which, of course, you would talk about different phases in music, different artists specifically.
Different years.
Yeah.
So we would choose a year and talk about everything that came out in that year and what we thought of it.
Yes. And I remember
that
correctly,
show did very well for us on YouTube. If you go look at how many views we got on those,
I'm excited to look back at that, honestly.
Couple thousand, I think.
Bring it back.
On some of
you
them.
know, every one of these shows, I'm like, bring it back. What was it? What was Max's again? It was
Beneath the pixel.
Beneath.
Sir. Not behind.
That's right.
Not behind the pixel. It's beneath.
Beneath the pixel. That's right. Which, if I'm not mistaken, he got Per Schneider within like the first week. If I'm not mistaken for that.
He got Per Schneider. He got a speedrunner who's pretty well known. I think his
Grand
speedrunner. Yeah, that episode did well
Yeah.
for us. You know, we've got
Did
Max
he do
out here.
Grant? Oh, did he banjo guy? Banjo music.
No, I don't think he did.
Did he
I
interview?
interviewed it.
Oh,
I interviewed him a couple times.
Gotcha.
Oh, I think we go the way all these Marines are standing.
Lead us the way, guys. That's all I can say. There's a lot of Marines here. Interesting.
These boys all got shotguns and ready to go.
It's the mob at the end of Night of the Living Dead.
Yes, exactly.
There we go.
Night of the Living Dead is the old one, right?
The old one, yeah, the original.
Okay, yes.
Yes.
That movie, I hate that ending.
I mean, the ending pisses me off every time I think about it.
It's such a good ending, to be
Yeah.
honest, but it's like makes you so mad, man.
Uh-huh.
Dude survives the whole. Spoilers alert for a movie that came out like 1958 or
Yeah,
something.
that was like in copyright. You can like copyright it and watch it at any time or something. Yeah, exactly.
Is it part of what's it called? Fair use now? or
It
whatever?
was until someone claimed, I think, the copyright for it recently, and now it's on Criterion Collection. So,
Dang it.
I know, but you could put it in anything for a period of time, and it was awesome.
Darn. Yeah,
Yes.
that movie's definitely one of the probably best movies of all time, honestly.
My favorite thing is that he didn't even realize he was making a political statement when he was making that game. When he was watching that movie, when he made that movie, he just had a guy
like-
that was a great actor, and when he killed him at the end, he had
Think
no
about
idea.
guys, it's just a zombie flick.
No racial, political message in this whatsoever. But then it sort of became that over the years, and then he started putting them more into his other films, which I have learned from the other YouTube channel called Dead Meat, which is a great YouTube channel everyone should check out.
That's like pretty refreshing compared to how everything is nowadays, where it's like, oh hey, in Endgame, how about we put like 6 women all slowly walking towards the camera? Like anytime people do try to make statements like that now, they do it in a very heavy-handed way, and it just doesn't. Like
Yeah.
I appreciate the sentiment, but it's like,
It just doesn't feel natural.
yeah, it's way too blatant.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah, things like Night of the Living Dead, like people back then, yeah, it was surely taken as a what is the word? You just said it.
Like a political statement.
Yeah, it was surely inferred as a political statement by a lot of people, but yeah, he didn't mean it to be that. So
no, he just hired a good actor, and that's why that character is actually so prominent in that movie and so wonderful. And sadly, it just has that terrible end. Much like Master Chief here. Let's see what happens to Master Chief. Oh, he meets this guy.
Oh, this man's named after a studio.
That's right. That's right. Hopefully, they can release their game on time. We'll see. Then again,
hopefully. All right. So, are you gonna play? Are you gonna do Infinite? I assume when it comes out.
Yeah. I think so. The plan is to play this up until Infinite, and then do a season of Infinite. So we'll definitely see.
Infinite will be interesting because of how that game's structured or whatever.
Yeah.
With it being like kind of open or whatever. Oh, now we're going to the best level.
Yes, the best level, which of course you will be able to see that next week when I will be joined by the one and only Mr. Badbit himself, Joseph Moran from the Trophy Room, where we tackle this level. We talk about books. We might even talk about aliens. So that's gonna be fun.
You should have a lot to talk about in this episode since it's so long.
That's right. It goes on for quite a bit. Oh man. I guess, Logan, we did it. We've reached the end of your level. We've actually survived the labyrinth of whatever the hell was 343 Guilty Spark.
Yeah, we did it. The hardest part was getting my NAT type to open. So we did that.
That's right.
We did it.
Okay, Logan. Well, where can people find you on the net? I know that you're doing some writings at Comic Book. Where else can people find you?
Yeah, so comicbook.com is where you can find all my written work. You can also follow me over on Twitter at moreman12. And I guess that's about it. I guess I should plug the new podcast I've got now. I gotta get used to doing that again because I haven't done that in 3 or 4 years. New podcast with the aforementioned podcast killer himself, Max Roberts. We've got a new show called Chapter Select we're doing. It's a seasonal podcast where we talk about video games and we hone in on one specific series of games at a time. Our first season is live right now. We are in the process of slowly releasing those episodes over the course of the next month or two, and it's all about Paper Mario. So if you're somebody who likes Paper Mario, or at least likes hearing people talk about Paper Mario, that might be the podcast for you. We've also got a couple other episodes where we do a quick one-off about The Last of Us as well. So nothing Xbox or Master Chief related, but you never know. In the future, we've got plans for future seasons of the show as well. So
no, absolutely, and I love that it's a somewhat semi-seasonal, right? You're doing like chunks of that similar like this. Like the first game is a season, second game is going to be a season, and then forward. So very much looking forward to that. I've already listened to, I believe, the first episode, which is the Last of Us, the first one, and then you have a part 2 episode to that as well. So very looking forward to see what both of you guys do, and it's been a pleasure. As always, it's always a pleasure to work with you. Am not here, as I've said 1,000 other places, without Logan. Logan is the reason why I even have anything. So I definitely thank you for that.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. You're too kind. But Mario, I love you. I love doing all these things we get to do with you. And hopefully it won't be 6 or 7 months before we do something else together.
No,
hopefully
of course.
Collab on something else here pretty soon.
Absolutely. So. Hey, Halo 3, you need multiple people to do co-op. So I think that's probably, we might have to bring back a band back together for an episode or so.
I am totally down for that. Let's just tell me in advance so I can make my NAT type open.
Of course. Make sure to have your NAT type open as we close out this episode. But again, we will be back next week. Thank you again for everyone for the support. Please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, we are on an audio podcast as well. So if you have Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, we're there. And if you don't want to see our beautiful faces, by all means, it's a great addition to what we already do here. So again, thank you so much. And let's finish this fight.